What's going on, guys? Seth here for TLG, doing a TLG Reacts to Atomic Heart final preview, the final preview before, I think February 21st is when this game comes out. This is via IGN, and I think they're just going to tell us general thoughts of the game, of what they've experienced so far. I'm really curious because Atomic Heart is probably one of my most anticipated games of 2023. Now, there's a lot of games coming out this year that I'm anticipating, Armored Core probably being my most anticipated, probably, but Atomic Heart is definitely up there. The game looks insane, has a whole energy to it that's just so out there, so different than a lot of games. Sure, it's just an FPS, but it's definitely bringing in a kind of a Bioshock vibe to it. It's bringing a little bit of Stalker to it, and it's just really crazy looking. So I'm really excited to try it out. Hopefully it's really good. I feel like it has to be. It's either going to be really good or a huge dud, but it's just looking so unique that I feel like it's got to be at least good. So I'm really excited for it. Can't wait to see more on it. I still don't know exactly what's going on in that game, but that's fine. I don't need to. But yeah, let's watch this preview and see what we should be excited about.
Off we go.
Ugh, this tunnel's messed up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
After nearly 5 years since its stunning announcement trailer, we're now just 1 month away from the launch of Atomic Heart, the strictly single-player first-person shooter that thrusts you into an alternate history Soviet setting and tasks you with taking on an army of angry androids.
Oh, that's cool.
The good news is that after going hands-on with the first couple of hours of a near-final build of the game, this Bolshevik Bioshock seems as though it could be well worth the wait. Its superpowered combat, fascinating story, and spectacular setting all appear to be clicking seamlessly into place to form a cohesive
The
whole,
setting is definitely
blinking into vibrant life like one of its many deadly
really
assembly
crazy
line creations.
I love how it looks.
The opening moments of Atomic Heart's reportedly 25-hour campaign takes you from the sun-kissed streets of Shalomay City floating high among the clouds, all the way down to the shadowy subterranean depths of the ruined Vavilov facility, where a violent robot uprising has wiped out almost all human workers.
Okay,
Weapons and skills are doled out fairly slowly in this initial stretch.
I know nothing about the
and with
story.
only a fireman's axe and limited shells for my shotgun, I found myself favoring stealth wherever possible. So it's just as well that the earliest upgrades you unlock are the abilities to track enemies through walls and shock the dandelion surveillance cameras in order to avoid alarm-raising detection. On the occasion that I did alert a guard to my presence, the stiff challenge presented by Atomic Heart's early enemy types came as a bit of a shock to my system. Or indeed, a system shock, if you prefer. These resilient Terminator types ignore cover in favor of making a beeline to deliver you a beatdown. And even if you manage to circle, strafe, and dash in order to create some distance, they're still liable to open up their animatronic maws and blast hot laser death in your direction.
The combat's a lot more involved than originally it looked like. I remember seeing this game and thinking like, oh, it's a spectacle, it's gorgeous, beautiful, but like it's like kind of basic in its gameplay, but it looks a lot
alternate attacks and gradually became more capable,
robust,
turning these robot Ruskies into sparking shards of Soviet scrap. As I explored deeper into the darkened corners of Atomic Heart's first facility, I was pleasantly surprised by numerous examples of intelligent design. Rummaging through corpses and cabinets for ammo and crafting materials is a cumbersome yet necessary evil in most other first-person shooters. So being able to swiftly vacuum up a room's worth of items with a wave of your AI-enhanced glove, like you're sucking up gold coins from a level in Luigi's Mansion, is a welcome time saver. That's not to say you aren't still rewarded for taking your time to pore over every inch of your surroundings, and I enjoy the occasional optional diversions, like pausing to watch Soviet spins on Looney Tunes cartoons, or to make prank calls in a public phone booth.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, and it's coming to get you, kid.
There's so many little details in this game.
If you're going to fill your game with mechanical maniacs,
then
you're going to need a soundtrack that's equally heavy with metal. And as a big Doom fan, I was delighted when composer Mick Gordon's signature detuned guitars and double-kick drums surged through the speakers to accompany a boss fight against a hulking robot wrecking ball that pinballed around the arena like an over-caffeinated chain chomp. Gordon's ability to masterfully pair head-banging riffs with headshots like some sort of first-person shooter sommelier is not to be understated.
Enemy variety seems pretty good too.
Action sequences are made all the more invigorating as a result of his involvement. While I couldn't get enough of the heavy metal shredding that accompanied the shredding of heavy metal, I'm yet to be completely won over by Atomic Heart's mouthy main star. Agent P3's quips aim for action hero style swagger, but come across as something closer to the repetitive trash talking of a 14-year-old Fortnite fan.
My life.
And given Atomic Heart appropriates so much from the likes of Half-Life 2, Bioshock, and Doom, at times I did find myself wishing it had poached one of their silent protagonists while it was at it.
How do you like that, gearhead? How do you like that, gearhead?
I did at least appreciate the bluntness of your AI partner, Charles.
It was a pleasure serving with you, Major P3. Unfortunately, you are about to be killed.
There's also a slight concern that the wide open spaces in between Atomic Heart's 5 main facilities may be lacking in interesting things to discover. While I definitely enjoyed testing out my electroshock and force slam abilities on groups of patrolling sentries, and then frantically scrambling to take down the repair bots before they could resurrect their tin can comrades, I couldn't help but notice that my surroundings were seemingly populated by the same handful of farmhouses and drivable vehicles in the short amount of time I spent exploring one corner of the overworld. This is in contrast to the opening of the game. That makes sense in one of the trailers that showed you flying around in a car. Unique detail, but can only be experienced in a very linear fashion. That said, even if the open world area does merely serve as a place to blast robotic hordes to bits in order to farm for spare parts to craft with, it seems like there will be enough creativity contained within Atomic Heart's main facilities to sustain
I played Generation Zero, so I'm okay with that, I guess.
Water suspended in air that you can swim through in order to quickly evade attackers, and various puzzle rooms to neatly take advantage of your growing suite of block-based powers.
What do I do now? Lug this to the boiler myself?
My short time with Atomic Heart definitely left me with my curiosity piqued and my pulse racing, and if it can sustain its intrigue and ingenuity for the full length of its journey, it could be something very special indeed. For more previews of upcoming games, check out our hands-ons with Sons of the Forest.
Looks like they're really going all out on it.
And for everything else, stick with IGN.
All right, well, pretty much I love what I saw. I mean, like, I was already hyped for the game, and I'm just more hyped for it now. Graphics are gorgeous. The gameplay looks fun. Way more involved than I originally thought. Even though the guy kind of talked about the world being kind of vacant outside of the main facilities, it is cool. You can even kind of free roam, run around, kill things, and kind of farm for certain materials or whatever you're looking for. And there's things to kill out there, so that's really cool. And it looks good. So, like, I don't know. I guess I'll have to play it to really know. But yeah, enemy types look really cool. The abilities look really cool. I didn't even know you could drive vehicles in it, but like I said before, I think it kind of hinted towards it in one of the trailers, but I didn't know if that was like a cutscene or what. One of the biggest things that's more interesting to me than really anything in this is the voice work. I have not heard anyone talk in this game before, so it's interesting to hear the main character talk. It's interesting to hear whatever your companion guy is talking. And even though maybe he might be annoying, I don't know, it is cool to know that your character's not like a silent protagonist, which, you know, is fine, acceptable, kind of expected in a lot of games. But I do prefer that he talks, although we are running into this weird territory now where people are adding almost too much dialogue to their characters. Their ambient speaking is like nonstop, and it's kind of getting annoying. So we have the tech to do that nowadays, to have characters always talking, but I think we've learned, just like with Ubisoft making maps that are too big and too full of things to do, there are limits to this that need to be held back responsibly, I think. So I don't know if this is that, but it could be. So we'll find out, I guess. Although what he said about him sounding like a Fortnite player, and then what he showed, I thought was a horrible example. I also love all the little things they're showing, like being able to prank phone call people, talk to that person, get ice cream from them. All these little activities is a really nice touch. These are kind of the things that you don't have to do, but if you do them, I appreciate it. And so that's really cool. Didn't expect that at all. This boss battle we keep seeing looks like a lot of fun. I'm glad the music is cool, but without being able to hear it while I play, hard to have an opinion on it. And yeah, gameplay's looking good. The enemy types are looking cool. Although it does look like you're just kind of shooting into crowds a lot. It is interesting to see how many enemies attack you at once. Every time he's fighting people, it seems like there's like 12 dudes coming at him. But if you have abilities where you can lift people up and slam them into the ground like that, you know, it would maybe feel OP if there wasn't a lot of enemies after you at once. I also think this game has a lot of really cool little creative things in it, like when you can, like, in this scene, he's jumping into this liquid. He's able to kind of swim through it. And then in another scene, it showed he's moving that ball. I think it's coming up right here. He's moving that ball around as a puzzle. These are super unexpected for a game like this. So it shows that they're really trying to make something really cool here that's not just like a shooter where you're just going to be running around and just unloading people and moving on. I mean, you're definitely doing a lot of that, but there's going to be some more thoughtful and creative things to do in this, and I definitely appreciate. But all in all, I can't wait to play this. It's looking great. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. It only gets better and better, and I'm surprised I haven't like found out too much about this game. I actually still kind of don't know anything about it. Like in this video, it was like the first time I ever heard what the story really is. Like, there's a robot uprising, makes sense, we see a lot of robots in all the trailers, but to know that that's the context and you're going down to kind of like, you know, take care of that situation is pretty cool. But I still don't know much about this game. So, and the game comes out in a month, I still feel like I'm going in pretty blind. This is the most I've seen on this game, so that's good, but I'm really excited to play it. Still looking great. Looks better every time I see more and more on it. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Atomic Heart? You guys excited? Are you not excited? If you're not excited, if this game looks like, you know, whatever, let me know why in the comments, of course. Welcome. I want to hear those kind of thoughts. But if you're excited for this game, tell me why you're excited. What are you excited about? What did you notice in this video that got you excited? What are you looking forward to? What is something you're hoping the game will offer that maybe they haven't talked about? And yeah, let me know if you think in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this TLG Reacts on Atomic Heart. And yeah, we got episodes coming out later. So until then, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.